You unlock your phone. You only wanted to check something quickly. One video, then another, then another. And suddenly, 25 minutes are gone. You don't even remember exactly what you watched. But the most unsettling part isn't the time. It's the feeling afterward. Like your mind isn't quite the same as before. A little more restless, a little faster, a little more scattered. And you promise yourself, tomorrow I'll use my phone less. But tomorrow, it happens again. So what if this isn't just a lack of discipline? What if something in your brain is changing without you noticing? Today, we're going to understand what is really happening in your nervous system when you scroll, and why this is not simply a willpower problem. From the outside, it looks normal. Everyone does it. It's entertainment. It's a break. It's a way to disconnect. But inside, you start noticing small changes. It gets harder to concentrate. You get bored faster. You need constant stimulation. And you start asking yourself, was I always like this? Or am I becoming more distracted? Most people think the problem is self-control. But it's not that simple. There is something deeper behind it. And it has to do with how your brain is designed. Your nervous system does not clearly separate casual content from intense reward. To your brain, every video can feel like a small hit. And when those hits happen constantly, the brain adapts. Your brain works with dopamine. That sounds technical, but the idea is simple. Dopamine is not exactly pleasure. It is anticipation, expectation, the feeling that something interesting might happen. Every time you scroll, your brain waits for the next surprise. It's like an endless slot machine. You don't know what's coming next, and that uncertainty is what hooks you. But there's another layer. The algorithm is designed to maximize retention. That means it learns what activates you faster, what grabs you, what shocks you, what makes you react. And then it shows you more of it, sooner. Your brain gets used to stimuli that are fast, intense, and short. And this is the part most people miss. When you consume very short content for long periods of time, your attention threshold changes. Your nervous system gets used to constant micro-rewards. So when you try to read, work, listen to something slower, or just sit with one thought, your brain feels like something is missing. Not because you are incapable, but because the rhythm is different. Your brain has been practicing speed, so depth starts to feel uncomfortable. And there is something even deeper. Infinite scrolling removes closure. There is no clear ending, no natural pause, no signal that says, we're done. Your brain stays in open mode, and open loops consume energy. That creates mental fatigue, irritability, restlessness, the feeling that your mind never fully rests. You can spend 30 minutes scrolling and still feel strangely tired. Not refreshed, not satisfied, just scattered. Because your attention has been pulled in too many directions without ever closing the loop. But there's more. When external stimulation is constant, your internal dialogue gets quieter. Your mind has less space to be bored. And boredom is not useless. Boredom is necessary. It is in boredom that the brain integrates, reflects, processes emotion, consolidates memory, connects ideas. If you avoid boredom all the time, you don't lose depth all at once. You lose it subtly, little by little. And that changes how we understand the problem. It's not that short-form content makes you stupid. It's that your brain adapts to the environment you give it. And the current environment is fast. Very fast. The common story says, social media is bad. Delete it. It's pure addiction. But science doesn't speak in moral terms. It speaks in adaptation. Your brain is plastic. It reshapes itself according to the stimulation it receives. That is not weakness. That is neuroplasticity. It's not that you are losing ability. It's that you are training a different one. Speed instead of depth. Reaction instead of reflection. Searching instead of staying. If you feel like it's harder to focus than before, it doesn't mean your mind is broken. It means your nervous system has adjusted to a very high rhythm, and what adjusts can also readjust. Your brain is not the enemy. It is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Adapt. The real question is not whether your phone is changing your brain. It is. The real question is, in what direction are you training it? This is not about demonizing technology. It's about understanding how your mind works. Because when you understand the mechanism, you recover power. You stop turning everything into shame. You stop saying, I'm lazy. You stop saying, I have no discipline. And you start seeing the pattern clearly. Your attention follows what you repeatedly practice. If you practice constant switching, your mind becomes faster but more scattered. If you practice stillness, your mind becomes slower but deeper. If you practice reacting, reaction becomes automatic. If you practice choosing, choice becomes stronger. Your brain is not broken. It is trained. And every training can change. So the question is not whether your phone is affecting you. The question is, what version of your mind are you practicing every day?